Good morning, folks. Been a fun day. It's been a fun day. Did it to myself. So, first thing we're going to cover in this video is a warning about treating yourself with mushroom pills for depression. So it turns out there might be something that you have to be worried about. So I'm going to tell you what my experience was and what I'm going to do about it. But first off, I've been taking more than the dose recommended on the bottle. For all the mushroom pills I've been taking, there was a brand that got me started, was this Spring Valley brand, and this is B12 pills. But the bottle that the mushroom pills come in is this same size, and it looks just like that. And that was a real good mushroom pill, and I was taking 4 a day, and I was getting good results. Had good awareness. Knucklehead's on the table. She was asleep. She's coming up. She's wondering what the hell is going on. Had good results. Had improved awareness and thinking ability with this Spring Valley brand. And I only found 1 bottle of it, ever. So I was like, okay, well, I'm at Walmart. Is there something else that's mushroom I can buy? So I bought this brand right here, which is Force Factor, and comes in a bottle. That's what's inside the box. They also have gummies, and they also have, I think they have a powder. Different experience on these mushroom pills. Now, they didn't do the kind of awareness enhancement that these did, but these did a lot of good for my lower intestines, for my ability to take a good BM and all that. I was very surprised because I never thought that I had that problem, you know? I mean, I've had diverticulitis for a long time. After my appendix blew up, my insides was messed up for a long time, and I didn't help it by drinking a lot of beer and drinking wine and stuff like that. That doesn't help your insides. But this stuff really helped, okay? There again, a slight improvement in awareness and concentration, but nothing like this. But no increase in depression or anything like that, and nothing negative. Now, I got this from the vitamin store. These were on sale, so I got 2 bottles, and these are just didn't really do much of anything. Now, I did see a continuation of the sort of laxative quality of these, but no improvement in awareness or anything like that. No clarity of mind. So I'm definitely not going to buy these again. I'll probably take these. I might trim back my dose. So right now I'm taking 4 of these a day. These right here. And they are definitely helping my evacuation. I'm probably going to go online and get these again. If I can get the Spring Valley brand mushrooms, get them again. But in the interim, because these were so bad, such a poor quality, I said, okay, well, let's try something else in mushroom. And I looked at Walmart, because that's where where I shop. And I came up with these right here, which is Fungi's Lion's Mane Mushroom. Okay? And if you'll notice, the bottle says beats brain fog on it, okay? Now, the dose on this is 1 gummy. It says 1 gummy. Of course, you know me. I'm not going to do what the directions say, so I was taking 2 gummies in the morning and 2 gummies at night. Here's where the warning comes in. This is something I didn't say on the last video. I apologize for that, but I wanted to get more history on this. And, boy, I got some history today. But it wasn't just me taking too many of these that caused my problems today, and I'll get to that. But the first day I took these, and I took 2 in the morning, and I took 2 when I got home, I had a very noticeable increase in my depression symptoms. I mean, immediately. I was very surprised about that. But I'm a rational, logical human being. I knew what the source of it was. I said, okay, well, this is probably an effect of this particular strain of mushroom and how it's affecting your brain. Don't be upset. Don't, just maintain, get through this, you know. And I'd like to tell you that lessened up over the hours, but that was a pretty powerful, long, hours-long effect. Now, I was way aware. This is kind of the devil's bargain about being aware of things. You know, do you want to be more aware of your pain? Do you want to be more aware of your depression? Well, that's what happened to me. And I was surprised about that. But that's not this product's fault. That's my fault for taking too much of it, you know? And listen, every person's body's different. Every person's brain is different. So you might take this and you might get awareness and you might get brain fog relief and might get no increase in depression, but I got an increase in my depression. But that didn't stop me from taking this stuff, okay? I did trim back on my dose. I think I trimmed back to 2 a day. But, boy, this stuff is pretty powerful. I think for sure that there's definitely something in here. It's definitely got the lion's mane mushroom in here. So it shows you the difference between, these are, you know, dried and processed. These are really these were also gel caps. So they were ground mushrooms and then put into gel caps. So they, you know, they're just dehydrated and ground up and then put into the gel caps. And these were gel caps too, but I don't know what the hell was in these. But of those 3, I never got any kind of increase in depression. But boy, when I took this stuff, I got a marked increase in the level of my depression the first day. And it took a little bit of mental gymnastics, you know, to keep my shit together, which was very surprising to me. But I didn't have a problem with that. I just like, I know this will pass. I know this feeling will pass. I just got to be careful about what I'm doing with this shit, right? So I've been taking at least 2 of these a day, and I've been taking at least 2 of these a day, along with the rest of all my other vitamins. I take the iodine every day. I take selenium every day. I will take iodine, liquid iodine, for the rest of my life, and selenium for the rest of my life, because liquid iodine is pretty much saving my life. Because right here, where my thyroid is, it is no longer inflamed. That is a miracle of God. I want to thank the YouTube doctors, Dr. Berg, Dr. Steneckberg, Dr. Jim Nadez, and all the other doctors who have videos about thyroid and the importance of iodine in the diet. But anyway, that's a whole different video. Getting back to this. So I had that first day problem, you know, and I'm kind of keeping my eye on this shit, you know? And the irony is when you go to take this stuff, a lot of times the gummies stick together, so 2 will stick together, so the natural impulse for me is like, oh, that's a sign, I should just take 2 of them, you know? So anyway, I was taking these, and I was, you know, kind of funny because I was like going, I never really got over that first day, as long as I was taking these, okay? And it was kind of pissing me off because I was like, you know what, I haven't had this problem in a lot of years. And I never had the problem with these sprains, but I had the problem with this. It indicates to me that something in here is not agreeing with my body. So, obviously I'm backing off of this. I may take 1 at night before I go to bed, but that'll be it, if I take any. But for right now, I'm just trying to let my body and my brain sort of wash this shit out of me and see if I can come back to normal old crazy ass Phil, which I'm feeling better. But today, well, yesterday, which was Thanksgiving Day, was a complete washout for me, and it started kind of weird. Now, I need to give you some history about what I was eating this last week. On Tuesday, I went to a Popeyes in Richmond. It's north of Richmond. There's a Popeyes. I went in there and they've got a $6 meal deal. So I got 3 tenders. I got a small red beans and rice and a small mashed potatoes and gravy, and I got a unsweet tea. And it was good. It was good. Along with that, I got a ghost pepper chicken sandwich. That sandwich was cooked right then, right there for me, and it was cooked perfectly. The ghost pepper, I guess it's mayonnaise, was put on the bottom in a thick layer, and then there was pickles on top, and the bun was soft like it was brand new. That was the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life from any place ever. That was an amazing chicken sandwich. That was flavorful and hot and delicious, and man, it was great. So I was determined to go back there and get one, again. So Friday comes around, Friday. It must have been Monday I got the first sandwich, because Wednesday come around and I'm coming home and traffic was already backed up. I looked at Waze, and they already said it was going to take an extra 20 minutes to get home, so it was an hour and a half. I was like, I'm just going to get something to eat down here in Richmond and chill out, and then I'll start working my way home, which I normally go up 1 anyway, because 95 is crazy and unpredictable, and once you get stuck on it, you're stuck on it. So anyway, I stopped by the Popeyes, and I'd already gotten that sandwich on Monday. So on Wednesday, I went there and I got 2 ghost pepper chicken sandwiches. They were $5. They're on sale, $5 each. So I got 2 of them, and I got 1 large red beans and rice. And those 2 sandwiches were not near as good as the one I got on Monday. The chicken patty it seemed like it was a little bit undercooked. There wasn't enough of the ghost pepper mayonnaise on it, and the pickles was less pickles on the top of the sandwich, on both of them. But they were okay. The chicken tasted a little bit, if I want to say the truth, I want to say it tasted a little mealy. You know what I mean? If that patty's not cooked all the way through, the chicken tastes a little mealy. But anyway, I ate both sandwiches, and I ate the red beans and rice. And I was on an eating binge on Wednesday. And I came home, and what did I eat? Oh, I warmed up one of my Charlestown beef fried rice bowls, which is a bowl of beef fried rice. Warmed it up, ate that, and then I made about 4 quarts of popcorn and ate that. Popcorn with butter on it was really good. I usually wind up having a little bit left over, and I put out here for the birds. And so Thursday rolls around. I'm supposed to go to a friend's house, supposed to go to a Thanksgiving dinner at 2 o'clock. And the whole day's sort of aimed at that, you know what I mean? But when I got up on Thursday morning, I was feeling a little bit kind of, what the hell, I wasn't feeling so good. And I didn't know what the hell it was. I said, well, maybe if I eat something, I can clear this feeling out, right? And so I took my 2 of these, and I think I took 4 of these, and I took the rest of my pills. I took my krill pills, which I will always take my krill pills. I took my iodine and all that shit, and I said, well, screw it, I'm going to cook myself something. So I cooked 4 pieces of wheat toast with butter on them. I took here's something I found out, and I know that y'all know this. I just found this out. The best way to make your own ground cheese, shredded cheese, is for you to do it yourself. Because as soon as it gets shredded, the air starts attacking it, and it gets stale, and there's nothing they can do about it. And what it does is it loses flavor. And I've been taking, my wife had a shredder, one of the block shredders that has the holes in it that you run the block of cheese down. I didn't even know she had it in here. It's been a long time. But I pulled it out and I shredded some cheese, and that's really good. Really way better than the shredded cheese you buy in the bags already shredded. So much more flavorful. But anyway, I made 4 slices of wheat bread with butter on it. I didn't use the shredder because it was dirty, but I took my knife and I sliced off some cheddar cheese slices, thin, put them on top of the bread that had been buttered, and then I put 2 fresh eggs on them, hot out the grill, on top of the cheddar cheese. It melted the cheddar cheese into the bread, and they were like egg and cheese wheat bread melts. And I ate them, and ate the 2 other pieces of wheat bread, and it tasted pretty damn good. I gotta admit, it tasted pretty damn good, and I was feeling pretty good. I was like, okay, so we got food in our belly, and we're ready to start heading up to my buddy's place, right? So I had to get gas in the car, and I'm trying to use only one gas card, which for me is Valero, and there's a Valero station down the road here. So I went to Valero, I filled the car up, and while I was doing that, I was like going, when I got in the car, I could feel it. I was like going, you know what? I think I got to use the restroom. That was when I was leaving the house. Now, I had left the house early because I didn't want to be racing up there, but I could feel it. I was like going, what the hell's going on? I just, I haven't felt this. Normally when I have this kind of feeling, I'll feel it not in the morning when I wake up. I'll normally feel it, after I eat something or and the bread and cheese and eggs normally never affects me like that, but it was like as soon as I ate that and then I got relaxed, took my shower, got my clothes on, I was all dressed up to the nines, going up there. I was just gonna be a nice little meal with friends. And I got to the Valero and I had to use the restroom. And when I use the restroom, I knew there was a problem. Because there's an experience of using a restroom that you get used to, and then there's an experience of when you use a restroom and you go, that's not the way that's supposed to work. And, it's one of these things where you feel like, did I really empty myself out here? And I sat there for a while, and it took a little while, cleaned myself up, and I walked out of the Valero, and I could feel it in my guts, and I was like going, I think I might have to use the restroom, and I hope not. So I had some bills in the car. I wrote up, and I was going to the post office. Went down to the post office. I mailed them, and I could feel that feeling coming up in my guts again. I was like going, no. I don't want to spend the whole Thanksgiving meal at their house. You don't want to blast somebody's. That's not how you go to a Thanksgiving dinner, And I was kind of a little scared. Honestly, I was a little bit scared about. I don't want to have a stomach flu and take it up there, But anyway, I said, well, we're gonna head towards where we got to go. It was like a half an hour drive to get there. And I started driving up the road, and I had to turn around. I got about 10 miles away. I said, you know what, I got to find a restroom, and I got to find it right now. And I turned around and went back to this Royal Farms gas station, and I went in there, and thank God they had one of the nicest restrooms, public restrooms I've ever seen. Had 3 rolls of toilet paper on the wall, and the place was clean. It was a nice and private door, everything was not broken. And I sat down there and I did my business again, and I felt pretty bad. And I was like going, you know what? I don't think I can make it today because I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. You know, I know what I got to get. What I had to get was this right here, which is charcoal pills, because that's what my go-to is if I have inside problems. And normally with these, if you take 4Ds, within about a half hour to an hour you taking 4Ds, your inside problems start really calming down. So I was in that Royal Farms restroom for about 20 minutes, just letting stuff happen and cleaning up. I got a little concerned about the people that were coming in. Sir, are you okay? But it was a nice private, that's why I liked it was private. They had their own door closed with locked and everything. In some of these places, the doors are flimsy, they've been abused by the customers, and the door will fly open. You gotta sit there and hold the door while you're doing your business, but not there. But I got done, I cleaned up, and I got to the car and I said, man, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. I gotta take my charcoal pills, see if I can get this to go away. And what it turned out to be was those two ghost pepper chicken sandwiches. And I don't know. And obviously the kicker is, well, stupid ass, you ate two of them, But I didn't have any problem with the one. But then I ate mashed potatoes and gravy and red beans and rice with it. But it put me off the whole day. And I actually just got done before I started this video taking another movement in there, and it was all black because that's what this stuff does. But so I took I took 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the dose recommendation on this is 2 capsules. That on this. Now this has nothing in it. All this is activated charcoal. All this does is absorb bad stuff out of your insides. So it has no active ingredients. I mean, it's the same thing as you chewing on a piece of burnt wood to get the charcoal off of it, I would guess. There's 2, and 4, and 5. So that's 15 charcoal pills in about 12 hours. Yeah, about 12 hours, because it's 1:56 right now, Friday, November 29th, 1:56 a.m. in the morning. And that was about the time that it was about 1:10 when I got back home yesterday, and I took my first 5 pills. And then it was about, I want to say 4:30 when I took my next 5 charcoal pills. And I came home and took the charcoal pills and laid out on the sofa and went to sleep. Because I was like, you know what? I don't know what the hell this is, but it's got to stop. And when I got home, I did the BM at the Valero. I did the BM at the Royal Farms. And when I got home, I think I did one other BM, and I started feeling better, but not all better. And part of that I have to put up to this. I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm taking too high a dose, but maybe this is something I can't take, and maybe this is something
you need to be curious about too is you could have, because you're not me, you could be fine taking this, you could be fine taking this, you could be fine taking this, and this brand could be terrible for you. Same thing, you know. This could work, and this could work, but that wouldn't work, you know. So it all depends on you, and you have to be paying attention. You can't be stoned out your mind or drunk out your mind when you're taking this shit. You have to be aware of your feelings, be aware of what other causative factors may affect your health, and move on accordingly. Now, obviously, it helps if you follow the directions. But I'm not going to throw these away. I'm not going to get all up in my feelings about this. I'm just going to take a shitload less of this. I might take this once every 2 days. But that was an interesting effect. The first day I took this, I was like going, why the fuck do I feel like this? I feel like this. I haven't felt like this since I was a young man. You know? And it wasn't a good feeling. I mean, if it was a good feeling, I'd be like, yeah, give me more of these, you know? But I just want to cover the potential risk in taking mushroom pills like this for depression, and that it may increase it. You know, it's not always a good thing. It could be a bad thing. You know, and my concern would be, I certainly don't want to get to a point where I open a door in my brain that I can't get closed, because that part of those feelings has been closed for a while, for a long time, you know, and I didn't need that open. I don't know anybody who says, gee, I'd like to be more depressed, you know, but that was, these here, the Spring Valley brand of mushrooms was really awesome. These are really good for my insides. These are fucking shit from Vitamin Shop. I've been trying to throw that away for like 3 weeks since it was empty, but I wanted people to know that, you know what, I'd just as soon go to Walmart than buy something that's trash, you know. And these definitely work. They might not work in the way you want them to, but they work, you know. It's just that you need to be aware. I need to tell you, if I'm giving you information, and I like I said, you might take these and have no problem, but it's something you need to be aware of, that these do have an effect. And they make other ones of these. They've got, this is a brain fog one, and there's another one about calming, and there's another one about another effect. So I don't particularly need to be calm. I'm very blessed that I'm very blessed in the life I have right now. I mean, other than not having my wife in it, which is not a blessing. But I was blessed to have her all the years we were together. And but in any case, I just want to pass it on about this, and also about Popeye's ghost pepper chicken sandwich. That sandwich that I had on Monday, that was the best chicken sandwich I'd ever had in my life. I mean, that was a 10 of 10s. That was very, very excellent. Now, the other two I had on Wednesday, I would say they were, compared to the first sandwich, they were probably a 7.5. Each one was a 7.5 because they were not as hot. They were a little bit soggy. There was not enough of the ghost pepper mayonnaise on them, and there wasn't enough pickles on them. The bread was still pretty fresh. But boy, oh boy, my body paid a price for it, I'll tell you.
I almost didn't make it back to the Royal Farms. I was like 7 miles away from the Royal Farms, and I said, "Oh, I got to turn around." And it was a choice between the Walmart and the Royal Farms, and the freaking Walmart was closed. You know, I was like, "Fuck!" I turned towards the Walmart, and I looked over, and the parking lot was empty. I went, "Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good." I got in behind the car going across the intersection to the Royal Farms. And I go, you please get your ass down the road, pal." And he went around the front of the building, and you could park in the back at Royal Farms, which I never knew, which is pretty cool because that's how Wawas are made too, is you can go in the front or the back, you know? And they had the door open. Thank God they had the door open. And when I got into the restroom, all the doors were closed. I went, "Oh, no. Please don't have anybody in there." I went to the door. I pushed on it. And it opened up, and it was just nicer than the restroom in my house. And that was nice. But, boy, oh boy, man, what a day. But yeah, I think it would be wise for me for the next couple of days to not take this product and to let my brain detoxify from the large doses I was taking of this, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put this off to the side, and I don't know if I can return that or not at Walmart. It's not open, but you know, sometimes you find out that shit works too good. You know, I always call it like the devil's bargain. You know, the devil always gives you a bargain. You know, it's like the guy that says, he goes, "I want to be the most handsome man on earth," you know? And you see it's like a Twilight Zone episode, right? So, the devil makes him the most handsome man on earth. And all of a sudden, he's irresistible to all the women. And to everybody else who likes a handsome man. But that's all they care about, is how beautiful he is, right? They don't want to hear what he has to say. They don't want to get involved in his life. They just want to experience how beautiful he is, right? And it drives him batshit crazy because nobody wants to listen to what he's got to say, you know? That's kind of the problem that beautiful women face as they grow from beautiful young girls through teenage years to their early years, is that, you know, they're so gorgeous that men just, they're blind. You know, we're blind. We think about one thing, you know, and it's not about what their opinion is about anything, you know. But it's the devil's bargain here where, you know, it opens the door in your mind. But is that the door you want to open? And, you know, in this case, I'm going to back out of this a little bit and give this a little rest. And certainly not going to be eating 2 Popeyes chicken sandwiches like that. But I, you know, like I said, it definitely was the chicken sandwiches that I had the problem with, physically wise, today or yesterday. And it kind of broke my heart a little bit, but I don't want to be at a Thanksgiving dinner with diarrhea. And I had pretty good diarrhea. And my friend, he's sick. He's fighting cancer. And if this is something other than that, if this was something like, because for a while there I was feeling a little bit woozy, which I ascribe probably to maybe part of this, on top of the bad chicken sandwiches. But at least we got through yesterday. I sent him a text and I told him what was going on. And we'll hook up again. I mean, you know, but I'll just watch out what the hell I eat from now on. I gotta be careful anyway, because my love of credit cards is ruining me financially. So what I have to do is I have to go back to an all cash existence, which I haven't done in a lot of years. But I can do it. And the beauty of a cash existence is you only pay for something once. And you don't pay 30% more for it as you pay it off. So that's on top of all the rest of this shit. But it kind of bummed me out. But I just I wasn't gonna drive up the road. And honestly, the only way I could have gone up there is with a diaper on. I wasn't gonna do that. Oh man, I mean, I feel so bad for my wife when she was so sick, and I had to help her put diapers on her, and she wore them like a champion. And she didn't go every day in them, but there were enough accidents where it was justified, and she wore them, and I helped her take them off and on, and I cleaned her. But you know, what brought that up was I got home, and what did I see in the floor here? Oh no, I was in the middle closet, and there was a heating pad that we had for her, and I hadn't packed it in enough, and the cord was out, and it looked like it had just been used, and we used to use that for her. I forget what the hell we put it on her for. I think it might have been her neck, and there's back of her shoulders. Well, we've been through some hell, friends. I hope that as you get older with your loved ones, that God gives you the grace that He gave my wife and me as we went through what we went through. Just a crazy time. Crazy time. But like I said before, be careful about this stuff. Keep an eye on your intake of things. It's what, 2 o'clock in the morning now? Okay, fun, we'll wake up. It's 2:10 in the morning. And here I am making a video about this, but and I got to get back on the exercise because I felt the underneath my left testicle there is a band of ligament or something that's sticking to another one around my hamstring, and if I don't get exercise, and that hamstring's going to pull or rip, then I will be in trouble. So, and plus my stomach's getting a little bit weaker too. But I feel okay muscular wise, but I haven't done the exercise in like 24 days. So I've got to get back on the program on that, get using cash, stop going to Popeyes, stop taking 4 of these a damn day. And I haven't been able to laugh all day. I'm laughing now. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we'll go like this. We'll go like that. We'll push that out the picture. And we'll just stay with what we know, you know. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Those of you who have the next 3 days off, I hope you have a great 3 days off, because I got 3 days off. And I'm going to go in here and burrow my head into a bed after I post this video. And Knucklehead's going to curl around in a ball down by my ankle on the outside of the bed cover sheet. And we can go to sleep until tomorrow, well, today morning, and get up and do something. I don't know what, but it ain't going to be none of them things. So I just wanted to warn you that there could be an effect that you're not really expecting. And obviously, take the stuff at the recommended doses before you decide to maybe take more. Oh my God. Tell you what, Revenge of the Chicken Sandwiches kind of sucks. That first one on Monday was really, really excellent. But as in all things, I have to overdo everything. It's one of the reasons I don't drink anymore, because last time I drank something, I bought a 12-pack of Stella Artois beer, alcoholic beer with alcohol in it. This was like 2 weeks ago. I drank 3 of them, okay? And that was enough. And I didn't get high, I didn't get drunk. It just kind of filled me up, you know? And then the next day I was at the track and I drank 1 Jack and Coke, served to me by this beautiful young lady. She had to be about 27, 28. And oh my God, she was about, she was American but of Hispanic descent. But she was absolutely gorgeous with a wonderful attitude. We were having a wonderful talk. And she made this wonderful Jack and Coke for me. I don't get it with no ice in it. And I gave her a $5 tip. Boy, she was nice. That was a beautiful woman. And her attitude made her 10 times more beautiful. She wasn't coming on to me. She was just being nice, you know, enjoying the moment. And she knew she was going to get tips like that. That woman would make $1,000 a night just pushing that drink cart, because she was enjoying herself and enjoying the customers. She talked to a lady right next to me the same way. Just nice as she could be. But the end result of me drinking those 3 beers and getting that 1 Jack and Coke was, the next day after that, I had 3 bouts of diarrhea. Starting in the morning, I had one. I had one at around 12 o'clock, and I had one at when I got home at about 6. Now, I didn't have any nausea, and I did take the charcoal pills in the morning, because I did feel a little queasy in the guts. But normally with charcoal pills, the funny thing is with these is, if they're being effective, and you're not drinking a lot of water, they will. One of the worst effects of charcoal pills is they'll make your turds like you're crapping a brick. They'll dry them right the hell out, and you'll be amazed at how. You're like, what the hell am I crapping rocks? What the hell is this? But that's not what happened that day, because of the 3 beers and the 1 Jack and Coke. No, it wasn't very. She only used like a shot glass of Jack in it, so it wasn't, that much. But it irritated my insides enough where I got 3 bouts of diarrhea. That was like 2 weeks ago. So I knew my guts was kind of a little bit in an uproar. So I was like, you know what? That kind of closes the door for me. I took the 9 beers I had. I took the 3 beers I drank that were empty, put them back in the 12-pack, closed it up so the beers would stay in the pack, and I gave the 9 to my boss, because he likes Stella and he drinks it and he enjoys it. But I can't have no alcohol. But that was one thing that didn't have anything to do with yesterday. But Jiminy Christmas, man. But this stuff right here, I just would warn you, just be real careful about your depression symptoms. I'm being real serious about that, because people who suffer from depression are in danger every day of their life. And they know it. That's why people who fight depression and who are lucky enough to have, I call it multi-phase thinking. If you have multi-phase thinking, if you have like 4 paths of thought, if you're not buried in the suffering, say you're suffering terribly, okay, but you have a logical mind that allows you to work, and you have another part of your mind that tracks your time.
So you actually know that there is time, because people who are in massive depression have a real problem with time. Because what happens in depression is you lose all track of time. There is no time. It's like one long shit sucking day and night and hour and second. It just goes on and on and on. But if you have that multi-phase brain where you can be logical, you can work, you can know that there's time and time is passing, and you can actually deduce what may have contributed to your situation and then affect a change, you're in good stead. You know, you're able to fight this battle and come out on top. And coming out on top's real simple. It's getting up in the morning. Every morning you get up. Every day you get up. Every day you get enough sleep. Like right now, I'm not getting enough sleep. Every day you get enough sleep and you get up. That's a victory. You have to celebrate that. You have to look in the mirror and say, I'm glad to see you. We're going to get through this, you know. We're going to get through this. And person with depression will get 1,000 voices in their head telling them they're stupid, telling them they're ugly, telling them that nobody loves them, telling them that life is shit and it's never going to get better. Those 1,000 voices, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you hear those? And let your person in the mirror look back and say, yeah, well, I hear them. What do you think about them? Fuck them. That's what I think. Fuck all them voices. Let's get through this day. Come on, let's work this out. We're going to ask God for help. We're going to let God into our life. God's going to put his hand on our shoulder and put that hot towel over our head so that we can feel a little bit of relief from the symptoms. And we're going to get through this. He's going to pat us on the back and say, I got your back. I got your back, Phil. Let's go. We're gonna get through this. And you just enjoy your day, you know? Wow, what a interesting couple of days it's been. It's been interesting. It hasn't been great in some situations, but it's been interesting. And I thank the Lord every day. Oh, I got to talk to my buddy John, and unfortunately his family suffered a loss of his cousin. They don't know what happened. It was sudden. And there's a lot of young people dying suddenly. And some of it has to do with a certain jab. And I hope that's not what the case is with his cousin. But the way he framed it was, he said that his cousin was young and they didn't expect it. So, but he's dealing with that, and he's doing the best he can. He's trying to live in retirement on Social Security, but Social Security keeps telling him that if he makes any money, they're going to take his Social Security benefits away from him. So he's terrified. He's kind of terrified. He's doing the best he can to live within the confines of the freebies he can get in society, because if he makes any money, Social Security is going to come in and take his money, which I think is very bizarre, because if you're working, you're paying into the system. Why should they be allowed to take away your benefits if you're working, if they're getting money from you? You know? That makes no sense to me. If I'm working and I'm paying into the fucking system, why in the fuck can you take my money away from me? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, you know what that is? That's fucking slavery. That's making people into fucking slaves. You give them a retirement, and then you say, if you do any work, I'm going to take this money away from you. What you're saying is, I own you. Because I pay you this money, I fucking own you. You don't fucking own me, motherfuckers. I'm not going to have this shit. Oh, by the way, you know, they talk about Medicare, right? No, get Medicare. Get your it's free Medicare. Part A is free, but you got to pay for Part B. Well, guess what? Part B is $175 a fucking month. You know, some people on retirement can't afford that. But y'all motherfuckers can give money to motherfucking foreigners and set them up in fucking townhouses and give them $2,000 a month. But when it comes to Americans who need help, oh, fuck you. Oh, really? Fuck us, huh? Okay, well, I get that. Well, guess what? My last statement from Social Security, they sent me a notice. They said, congratulations, you're going to start getting Part A, but now you owe us $175 for Part B. And I wrote them a fucking email back and said, who in the fuck did you talk to who said I wanted Medicare? Because they committed Medicare fraud. Because I don't want your fucking Medicare. I don't want it. You know what Medicare does to you? Now, I have a relative that it helped. He had cancer and it helped. Okay? Which is great. I have other people I know of that Medicare helped. I have a person who had a bump cut off his neck that would have cost about $500 in a doctor's office. They would have shot Novocaine into his neck. They would have incised the bump, removed it, and stitched it. That would have been about $500. They charge Medicare $50,000 fucking dollars to take that bump off of his neck. 50 fucking grand. So, I don't want your fucking Medicare, okay? Maybe sometime in the future I'll come back begging for it. I don't know. But right now, I don't want it. I've got a pretty much useless health care program at my job, which I have to pay 20% on, you know. And they keep telling me to get this fucking health care. The whole thing's set up like a fucking scam. Here, get this fucking credit card you can add money to so you can pay off your stuff, but then you got to make up to $2,000 in payments so that, you know, your deductible's met, and then you got to... I'm like going, you know what, motherfuckers? How about I just stay healthy? How about that? And that's what this whole channel's about. It's just staying the fuck healthy. I'd love to get a motorcycle. I mean, I got a Jones in my heart to get a motorcycle right now, but guess what? God has graced me with seeing people on the internet who have been in terrible motorcycle accidents. One guy, not by his own fault. He just had a failure of equipment. And his equipment fell down in his back tire, caused the motorcycle to go sideways. He wound up losing his damn leg. And he's fighting back from that. Guy's name is Moto Giant. I'm very proud of him, of the way he's handled it and the way he showed us every step of the way. He's so blessed and lucky to be alive. And now he's getting back on a motorcycle, and he's going to make some changes to the motorcycle to suit him. He's still going to pursue his love of motorcycling. And but for me, the most terrifying thing about motorcycling is these crazy motherfuckers in cars on their phones. They are not paying attention, dude. They are not. And they don't see a motorcyclist. Hell, they don't see cars half the time. So, I don't know. I'm probably going to get... I could spend $5,000 on a motorcycle, or I could spend $5,000 on a 20-year-old Toyota Camry that I could drive another 100,000 miles. Which I'm kind of leaning towards a Toyota Camry. But the bottom line about the Medicare thing was I never volunteered for it. I never told anybody I wanted it. I never said I was going to pay for it. They just sent me a notice and said, congratulations, you owe us $175 a month for Part B. And I sent them back an email. I said, who in the fuck did this? I never told anybody I wanted Medicare. And people look at me like I'm fucking Looney Tunes when I say that. I said, do you understand what Medicare does to your health care? Do you understand that it's not the wonderful freebie that they try to sell it as? That you're better off if you can work it out to have private health care insurance. Because at the end of the day, you're going to want to pay for this shit no matter what. Medicare is famous for coming in and taking people's fucking entire life savings if you have a problem.
They're famous for that. They did that to a buddy of mine's mother who went into hospice care, and she was in hospice care for a couple of months, and it was expensive, and they didn't have the money for that. But she had a house, and she had retirement, and they took all of that. They wound up selling the house, and they got what was left. So don't ever think that Medicare comes to you as a great big happy savior, because it doesn't. But I told him I didn't want it, and I'm going to try to stay healthy. Stay healthy. If I stay away from that shit, maybe I will. But anyway, that was the whole subject of this video. I'm still kind of pissed that I got sick yesterday, but I'm not going to be around my buddy if I'm not in 100% health, because he's fighting cancer, and thank you, Lord. I pray for him and his wife every night, because his wife has skin cancer problems too. She's had those for like 20 years. She gets them cut off every once in a while. And it's just a crazy thing. I think their fucking water up there is bad. I think the water up there is contaminated with something. I think they had an industrial manufacturing plant up there, or the federal government was doing shit up there back in the 30s and 40s, and they were just dumping shit into the ground, and it got into the groundwater, and they're drinking this shit. Because I've seen, they had a cat one time that was drinking that water, and that cat got the size of a freaking, it looked like a, what the hell can I tell you it looked like? It looked like a groundhog, as big as a full-grown groundhog. I've never seen a cat that big. And they've had other problems with their animals, with health problems and stuff like that. And they themselves have had some health problems. So I think the water's contaminated up there. And I'm not a big fan of drinking the water down here. You know, I'm not a big fan of, I don't understand why they can't just purify the damn water. Don't add shit to it, you know? God darn. But anyway, we went all around the world on this video. But we're done. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And last but not least, you know that God is right there with you right now. God's right here with me right now. And He's helping me get through this. And He'll help you get through whatever you are going through. And if you put your hand on your shoulder, you just say, Lord, His hand's right there. Say, Lord, thank you for being in my life. I'm going through some tough stuff and I need some help. Can you please help me? And the Lord will help you. It might not come in the way you think, because God don't ask for your permission to help you, you know. But when He comes to help you, it comes in wild ways. But He will help you. So have a blessed weekend, everybody. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.